All right, so today we are going to be adding integers on a number line. It is on the board back there, HXTZK. It's already posted in the meeting for you meeting people. All right, so actually, Nearpod. Okay, so when you go into this Nearpod, the first thing you are going to see is I did record some notes that go about this. I cannot play them right now in class because it will only play, I mean, I can play it, but
hey everyone,
the only sound is through my
about,
computer,
using a number
so
line to model
they're not.
addition
That is not going to work. So
for positive and negative numbers.
So you can look at that later, or we're going to talk about it up here on the screen. If you're at home, you can watch it. But if you're in here, we can work it out on this screen here. Actually, if I share my screen. It's right up there?
Miss Lake,
What?
are you supposed to share your screen with us?
I'm going to right now. I am going to. Jamie, is it sharing? Okay. Would you mind putting the light up? Okay, so basically we're going to follow the steps to post our, to model addition on a number line. So you're going to see a bunch of arrows today, and I want to make sure you understand how to read the arrows and what it's going to look like. So I am going to mark this up a little. This. Okay, first of all, the number line we want to use to represent in my notes is -5 plus 3. So step 1 says to start at 0 and move 5 units to the left. So starting at 0, I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the negative direction. And I'm going to draw an arrow. It's the Nearpod. It's the Nearpod. Okay, so I'm going to draw my first arrow going 5 in the negative direction, and that represents -5. Okay? But then it says I have to add +3 to it. So to add 3 more, move 3 units to the right of -5. Well, I'm not over here at 0 anymore. I'm over here at -5, and I have to go 3 in the positive direction to add 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. So my other arrow represents +3 coming back the other way. All right, and it's my answer. The sum is the point where you land. Well, I landed on -2. So my answer to that should be -2. Jamie, you have a question?
So I have a question about that, but
Do you have your charger with you? You can come up here and plug in. Or, actually, that would probably be better over there against the wall. All right, so if we were going to use the method we did last week with our, what do they call those little counter things, positive and negative, I would have 5 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives, and I would have 3 positives, Okay, so that represents the numbers. And I can make 0 pairs. Remember, when we have a positive and a negative, they cancel each other out. So this would be a 0 pair, this would be a 0 pair, this would be a 0 pair, and I would have 2 negatives left over. So that's 2 ways of modeling the same problem. So today we're not going to do it like this, but I might do it like this to check the answer. We're going to stick with number lines today. So if you look down here, if both of my numbers are the same sign, my arrows will be going the same direction. For example, if I did -1 plus -3, I'd have 1 arrow going like this, and then 3 more would go like that. Okay, my arrows are going the same way. This one, starting at 0, I go 1 step in the negative direction, and then I go 3 more steps. If I was to model it using counter things, I would have 1 and then 3 more negatives. Any questions on that so far? Nope. All right. Alrighty then. Okay, so this is just for us to look at this number line. Remember, when you see these arches like that, they're talking about opposite numbers. So on both sides of the number line, our numbers are mirrored back and forth. So +5's opposite is -5. -4's opposite is +4, right? And what they want us to do here is think about what happens to the values of the numbers as we move right on the number line. Are they going to increase or decrease when we go that way? When we're going this way, we are going to increase. When we go this way to the left, as we go down the number line, we are going to decrease. D-E-C-R-E-A-S-E. So we increase, and when we go in the positive direction, you're going to hear me talk about the positive direction, we're getting bigger. When we go in the negative direction, we're getting smaller. Okay, we good?
No. Something happened.
Okay, it's okay. We're just going to continue here. It's okay if it's not written.
You have to do that. You can't put this in a word small.
Increase. So when we move to the right, our numbers get larger. We're increasing. As we move to the left on the number line, our values of our numbers get smaller. Does it have to do with what we're doing? Okay, then hold on to it for later. All right, so we're going to skip on. We got a lot to do today. Okay, this just shows you what it's going to look like to model these integer addition problems on a number line. First of all, if you're trying to figure out what a number line with arrows is telling you, you have to start at 0. So I can tell by looking at this that my first number is going to be +5. I have an arrow starting at 0, and it's going 5 in the positive direction. Then after that, it makes 8 more steps in the positive direction until I get to +13. Notice example 2. I've got different signs, so they're subtracting. My first step, once again, we got that +5. So I look at where 0 starts, my arrow, and then we go backwards 8 steps. So it's like party or war. The first one, same signs, party. Second one, war, different signs. We're just looking at this. Just looking. Got lots to do. Okay, so we're going to write some number lines now. All right. Always start at 0. Okay, so the first number we need to represent is -3. So starting at 0, I'm going to count back 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. My arrow will look like that. Except I don't like it like that. It's too wide. Come back up a little. Come back up. Oh, what did I just do? I did not even know. Okay. I want red, and I want it a little bit bigger. Come on. Yeah, I know. And I can delete. Yes, I want to erase all that. 1, 2, 3. So my arrow, oh, see, 1, 2, 3. It's hard to do on here. Sometimes I think it's easier to start where I want my arrow to end at -3 and go back to 0. But 1, 2, 3. So this is where my -3 is represented. 1, 2, 3 steps backwards. And then it says I have to go 7 steps in the positive direction. Well, I don't go back to 0. I stay where I am at -3, and I have to count 7 steps in the positive direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lands me right there. So I'm going to try to draw an arrow going that way. That's my +7. If I was going to model this using the pluses and minuses like last week, I would have 3 minuses. 1, 2, 3. And I would have 7 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can make 0 pairs by canceling out a positive and a negative. I'm going to do that. These 2 0 out, these 2 0 out, these 2 0 out. What is all of this mess? I don't even know. Okay, so that leaves me with 4 positives. Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Those are different signs. I'm subtracting and I get 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. I have more positives than negatives. The answer is +4. Okay, same numbers down here, but different signs. This time we're going to go 3 in the positive direction. So starting at 0, 1, 2, 3, count 3 over and make your arrow. The arrow should stop at 3. I know it's kind of hard to do when we're drawing on this.
I'm using my finger.
And then it says I need to go 7 in the negative direction. So I'm going to count back 7. Well, wait a minute. What is 7 minus 3? 4 again. And this time we have more negatives. So I know I'm going to end up down here at -4. I'm going to draw my arrow going backwards. Okay. Both of these are different signs, subtracting. 7 minus 3 is 4. In the top one, we have more positives, so we have +4. In B, we have more negatives instead, so we have -4. And notice that the arrows are pointing in opposite directions, okay, because we have different signs. You good? All right. Okay, this time we still have our 3s and 7s, but they're the same sign. And the rule is same sign, add them, and keep the sign. Same sign, add and keep. So I'm going to add them. 3 and 7 I know is what? 10. And these are negative or positive? They're negative. So I'm going to draw my arrow because that's what the assignment says I need to do today. So starting at 0, I'm going to go 3 in the negative direction. 1, 2, 3. And then I have to go 7 more in the negative direction from there. So I'm going to go all the way to negative 10. Come on. Okay, notice both of my arrows are going in the negative direction. And the same thing on this one, same signs, add them and keep the sign. 3 plus 7 is 10, and they're positive. First we go 3, and then we take 7 more. If I was modeling with negatives, 1, 2, I had 3 negatives, and I add 7 more. So I could ask you, how many negatives do you have altogether? You have 3 and 7 more. You have 10 negatives altogether. Any questions right now? No. All right. Okay, moving on. All right, we're going to skip this. It was just, I wanted you to mention the arrows going different directions for different signs. Okay, you're going to try this one on your own. First number, -9. Remember to start at 0. Okay, so -9 and then +5, different signs. So our arrows should be going different directions. Might be easier to write on this if you can zoom your screen a little bit. No? Why you got those on your ears? Why you got those on? Hey, come on. Oh, yeah, you're not going to listen to music during my lesson. You were? Is it 4? Well, what's 9 minus 5? Different signs subtract. 4. Should it be positive or negative? Positive. Do you have more negatives or positives?
No, it's negative.
I want to see arrows. All right, so I should have seen -9. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible arrow. What am I doing? Oh, go back. -9. And then we turn and go in the positive direction 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be right here where I end up. Okay, so what do you think my answer is going to be on B here?
4.
Positive or negative? Positive this time. Same numbers, different signs. So first to 9, and then back to 4. Wait until you see the match that I made. Oh, it's the best. I was so excited about it. I even shared it on Facebook.
What? Oh, I want Facebook. I can't have it.
Well, you're what, 12?
I'm on Facebook.
Facebook is an old person's app.
That's for sure. And I'm an old person, so there you go.
That's why you don't have it.
Take your earthings off. 48. How old are you?
I'm 11.
I'm
5.
Okay, moving on. All right. So this is a star question, the kind of question you might see with all these arrows. And the next slide is actually the quiz slide that goes with it. So I just want you to look at this for a minute. Remember what we've talked about, same signs versus different signs, and that we always start at what number? 0. Okay, so I'm going to scooch over to the quiz slide, and you're going to answer. We are going to answer that. Which shows a model of -3 plus 4?
There's been no questions this whole lesson.
Huh?
There's been no questions this whole lesson.
Good. You think this is easy? It's got some tricks in it though, so if you're not paying attention, huh? I don't think so. So if you're paying attention, you'll notice that there's a problem with 2 of these and how they're set up. Okay, so you could cross out 2 if you're paying attention. Let's see who we're waiting for. Wizard Jamie waiting for you. No, we're not. You got it. Okay. Skylar waiting for you. Chase waiting for you. And Ella waiting for you. Unless you went and I just can't see it because it's blocked. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about, Lucia, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Which one do you think I can cross out and why?
C.
Chloe, what do you
C
think?
and D.
She thinks I can cross out A. Do y'all agree?
Not right at the
No?
beginning.
Okay.
Not right at the beginning.
What else do you,
Just looking.
Jamie, what do you think I
You
can?
can cross out C because one of them is negative. It's not gonna. No.
Are you talking about D?
C is because it doesn't.
Oh, so starting at 0, this goes up to +4. And then look at how the arrow's drawn. It doesn't start where it leaves off here. Like when we, oops. Oh, what did I do? Yeah. So they should be lined up when you go back the other direction. So that's not written correctly, so we can't have that one. What about D? How's that? Does that look good to you, or is something wrong with that?
It doesn't start at 0.
Yeah, so it starts at 0 for this first, the positive one. It goes up to +4. And then when they did -3, they didn't go back 3 steps. They went way over down here to -3 and went back to 0. So they did some funky move in there. That's not what we do. Okay, so we could cross out C and D. Looking at A and B. A is the biggest choice that people did to get wrong. And I'll tell you why. They went 3 steps back. This also has 3 steps back. But instead of going 4 in the positive direction, they just drew a line up to 4. Okay, so here we go. 3 steps back and then 4 steps positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we did the same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. This is different signs. So 4 minus 3 is what?
1.
1. So it is positive. I've got more positive. So my answer should end at +1. And here's +1.
Subtraction with this answer, what would it be?
Huh?
So if you do subtraction with that,
Okay, so we don't do subtraction. We call it subtraction, but we're actually adding a negative and a positive together. So different signs subtract. So 4 minus 3 is 1. That's positive. Okay. This one, the actual problem that this represents is -3 plus, what is that, 10? Or plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one would actually be -3 plus 7 equals +4. That's what they wrote there. And that's how STAR gets you with the tricky questions. Did you all change your answers? You naughty children.
I didn't.
I got B.
There's a whole lot of B's in here now.
I got B.
Wasn't me because I guess.
Okay,
I guess.
this is what I made. Isn't it awesome? And let me tell you, you need a strategy, and I'm going to explain what I think is the best strategy for doing this. Is you're going to start by looking at a pumpkin. So find a pumpkin that you want to start with. I'm going to pick this one. I notice it starts at, well, I'm looking for anything. It always starts at 0. This one goes up +2. And then whatever it ends with, it has to equal -5. So I'm looking at my little animals here. I need a negative, I mean a +2 that ends with, wait a minute. Am I not seeing something here? Oh, right here. +2 plus -7 equals -5. So kitten and that one go together. Okay, so we're gonna match up the pumpkins with the little animal.
And a cat.
And don't just be clicking random stuff. Okay, if I see it takes you 40 clicks to get this, I'm gonna know you're not even trying to read the number lines.
It took me 15.
Okay, and like if the arrows are gonna go the same way, remember that means that the signs are the same, right? Let me know if you get stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Ava's got all 8. Let's see who else is doing. Lucian's got all 8. Andrew's almost got it. Or he does, probably by now.
That's one.
Elijah. You okay?
Took me 8 tries.
No, Graham.
Taking my life away.
Okay, pick a pumpkin to start with. Which one did you choose? That one? Okay, so starting at 0, the arrow goes backwards to what? -3, and then it's going to equal +6, right? So we need to find an animal that starts with -3 and ends with a +6.
It took me 15 tries.
That starts at
11
-2.
tries. 8.
-3, +6. That one with -3, and then whatever we added ends with something.
How does math class go? You don't even really have to do math.
Does it?
See, all you have to do is look at the first number and look at the answer.
Well, how many ones do we have? One.
So like,
No, do we have
5,
one different topic?
and the answer would be -7. If you just look at the compass, that starts with -5 and ends with -7. What's your favorite?
Oh, that what?
8.
Cool. How y'all doing over here? Yeah.
So mean.
It's called moonlight. After like build it,
This is not making sense yet.
Stay with milk.
How many are you looking at right now?
I drink too much
Cat? So you're gonna want to not happy to eat. That goes Well, 3 plus 2 is 5.
I did that. I was so tired. I poured the milk first. So when I started crying, my dad asked me
3 plus 2.
I was so tired. I grabbed the milk and poured it first, and then I realized what I was done. I just started crying because I just woke up. But as soon as I woke up, I had to get up and go. Like one time, I put the milk in the pantry and put my cereal in the fridge.
Alright, well, I'm gonna finish this. Unless I have a volunteer who would like to come up here. Wait, did you finish yours? Okay, come on. Well, I'll let you do one, and then we'll let you go next. No?
Can I go next?
Go next and I'll go next. Were you just looking at them?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this one because I signed on.
That's alright.
You wanna know what's even more messed up than person that
And then we've not even heard from my parents. It's football Sunday. Football Sunday, they eat 20 boxes of pizza.
I feel bad for the Cowboys, right?
Dak Prescott broke his ankle.
Yeah, the
He
quarterback broke his
twisted
ankle.
it, and someone on the defense fell on it.
I saw it yesterday. We were playing.
Alright, thank you. Chloe, come on up.
I go down back
Yeah.
here in 2016.
Oh, wait, yeah.
They're gonna have fun this season. They're gonna have fun this season.
Okay, let's stay quiet, please.
And then that's him.
There you go.
Ankle after twisted.
Alright, Andrew,
They
come on.
still won the game.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a fun season for them.
They're not gonna win a single game.
Oh, this is good. Quick.
Yeah,
Okay, so do another one. Why don't you finish it up for me up there?
I was in one, right? That's good, I guess.
They're also playing against a bad team with a bad coach.
The Bears. Better than the Bears.
Go Bears.
Depends
The
on.
Pittsburgh
It depends on what you're talking about. The
My
Bears.
father loves the Bears and my mother loves the
I'm from Chicago. I'm a Bears fan.
Well, I mean, the
But
Bears.
they suck compared to the Steelers.
The Bears. I like the
Pittsburgh
Bears.
Steelers.
He loves the Steelers.
My father loves the Bears, my mother loves the Steelers.
The Bears have a really good offense.
It's like a
Since
love
when?
relationship.
Maybe.
That's mine though.
Well, I mean, like they
All
have
right.
like some good players.
Okay. All right. Nice job, everyone.
Their running back is.
Okay, moving on. We have. All right. This is for you to solve. Good old fashioned same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Negative 15 and positive 32. Are those same signs or different signs? So you need to subtract. Okay?
I can't make a number line.
You don't need to make a number line. It's just a subtraction problem. 32 minus 15. Subtract.
That's easy.
And then you decide, is there more positives or negatives? Different signs, subtract. So it's just a subtraction problem. You don't need to do a number line for this.
You know, I'm forced to wear a Bears hoodie every time it's cold out. Not a Bears, brown. Sorry, got this.
If I have any Chicago Bears stuff that my son grew out of, would you happen to want it?
I'll take it.
You like the Bears?
I kind of do.
The Bears? I like a couple. Like I like to read colors.
I'll see what I have at home because I know I had stuff I was going
Yeah,
to
I made $100
My
bet like
father's
2
obsessed
years
with the
ago
Bears and my mother's obsessed with
with
the
my stepdad.
I don't know. I like
He's from
both.
Ohio. He likes the Browns.
And I really-
Jamie, do your math.
Is this right, Miss?
And I'm from Texas, and so I like the Cowboys.
Yes.
I made a bet 2 years ago that
Thank you.
anytime the Cowboys play, they beat the Browns.
Bo,
The season they lost.
check your subtraction. Justin, check your subtraction.
Either way, I win.
Okay, how about now?
Yes. Well, we don't have to worry about parentheses. We just have to. So what you're doing is you're subtracting their absolute values. So when we have different signs subtract, it doesn't matter which number comes first. You always subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So this is just 32 minus 15. I would ignore the signs. I would get my answer. And then I would make it a positive because I have more positives than negatives. I went to one Bears game when they came down here and played the Cowboys in like 2014.
I went to the Cowboys game, but I was too young to remember. I have some pictures of my mom.
It's pretty cool.
I don't understand football, but it's kind of like.
All right.
Oh, are you okay?
What happened?
I don't know if you're trying to understand.
Did you fall asleep? Okay, well, I am going to end this for now. We did have we had a climb thing, but we ran out of time. So I might start tomorrow with this. All right, so if you are on my team's meeting, thank you. And we shall see you tomorrow. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I cannot stand Benjamin. Oh my gosh, he gets on my nerves. And he's so mean and that's great. He's over here like this.
Okay, so